Hi there, and welcome to this series. My name is Ian Oswald, and this series is called Loops and Iteration, and it's aimed at Python beginners. So here in this series, we're going to look at the for loop and the while loop. I'm going to give you a bunch of examples for the for loop and one example for the while loop. And these are examples of the code here, so using the for loop with some of the more advanced usages like break and continue, iterating over a list of items and using an else clause at the end. And at the end of this series, we look at the while loop, and the example we're going to use involves raw input to interact with the user, conditional testing and building up a list and using the else clause in the while loop, and then printing the items out at the end. During this, we're going to look at the range function and enumerate and talk about iterable types and whether a container is indexable or not. And I'll be linking to plenty of examples to help you understand the concepts. And we're going to be using lists, sets, dictionaries, and the raw input that I mentioned down here. So at the end of this series, you'll have a thorough understanding of how to use for and while loops. You'll know why they're different to using, say, a for loop in BASIC back in the older days. And you'll have a very good idea of different ways of using it, and you'll have seen a bunch of examples. So I hope you choose to come on inside and watch the rest of this series. Thanks for listening.